So far, you've been applying transitions to video clips. You can also apply transitions to still images, graphics, color mats, and even audio, as you will see shortly. It's common for editors to create a photo montage. That's a cool word, photo montage, which might look good with transitions between the multiple photos. Applying transitions between 2 or 3 photos is quick and easy, but if you have 100 images, it will take a long time. Premiere Pro makes it straightforward to automate this process by allowing you to set a default transition effect. In the project panel, find and open the sequence slideshow. So, slideshow, that one. You can see there's a bird right there, eagle, bald eagle. This sequence consists of several images placed in a particular order. Notice that a constant power audio crossfade has already been applied to the beginning and into the music clip to create a fade in and out. It's talking about down here. You can see this is the audio that there's one already in there. Play the sequence by making sure the timeline panel is active and press the space bar. There's a cut between each clip. And you hear the music fade away. Press the backslash key to zoom out on the timeline panel so the whole sequence is visible. The backslash key is the key right above the return key, right below the delete key. If necessary, increase the height of the V1 track to see the thumbnails. It's talking about these little thumbnails up here. Mine's already wide enough. If you didn't know how to do that, this is where it's talking about. Using the selection tool, so click the selection tool. Draw a marquee around all the clips to select them. So I'm just drawing a marquee around everything, and that selects them all. Choose sequence, up here, sequence. Apply default transitions to selection, right here. Do that. This applies the default transition between all the currently selected clips. Notice that the constant power audio crossfade at the beginning and end of the music clip is now shorter because the default audio transition duration has been applied. This is talking about this right here. It used to be longer than it is now. You can set the default transition by right-clicking. We love to right-click any transition effect in the effects panel and choosing set selected as default. So if you go over there and right click on any of these, you could set that as a default transition. I'm not going to do that, but just showing you where it is. So now go back to the beginning and play it again so you can see the effect. You can copy an existing transition effect to multiple edits using the keyboard. Let's try it. So we're going to do Command Z or Control Z to undo the last thing that we did. And then press Escape to unselect everything. Select any transition effect in the effects panel and drag it onto the cut between the first 2 video clips. So any of them, I'm just going to click on, let's see, I'm going to do, I don't know, additive dissolve. Did I do it? I did. I'm going to do undo. know what I didn't do. I need to get the timeline. Okay, it's just not very big. Okay. Select the transition you just applied by clicking its effect icon once in the sequence. So just click it once and it is now selected. Press Command C or Control C, depending on what type of computer you have. That copies the effect. Then hold the Command or Control window while you use the selection tool to drag a marquee around multiple other edits. So I'm going to hold down my Command key because I'm on a Mac, and I'm going to draw around several of these, and you can see those. With the edits selected, press Command V or Control V, and you can see that it put those in there. Amazing. This is a great way to add transition effects with matching settings to multiple edits, especially if you have taken the time to customize the effect. So if you were to go back, you would there you go. You can customize all transitions in Premiere Pro. A major benefit of the Effect Controls panel is that in addition to giving you access to the settings for transition effects, you can see the outgoing and incoming clip handles. This makes it easier to adjust the timing of an effect. Let's modify transitions, shall we? In the timeline panel, switch back to the transition sequence. So click right here and that takes you back to the transition sequence. Position the timeline playhead over the split transition you added. So click right over here and click the transition to select it if you haven't already. In the Effect Controls panel, select the box for Show Actual Sources right here. So we're going to check that box right there. That views the frames from the actual clips. It makes it easier to assess the changes you make. In the Effects Controls panel, open the Alignment menu and choose Start at Cut. So right here, Start at Cut. The transition in the Effect Controls panel timeline and in the sequence switches to show the new position. Click the small Play Transition button at the upper left corner of the Effect Controls panel to preview the transition. So it's talking about if you click right here, you can see there's a little bitty tiny preview right there. Now change the transition duration. In the Effects Controls panel, click the blue numbers for the duration. We'll stop that. Click those numbers and type 300 and then press the Tab key. You can click away from the numbers or press the Tab key, and that applies the new setting. That changed that 300 into 3 seconds. The alignment menu changes to Custom Start. So right here, it now says Custom Start because the effect now reaches beyond the beginning of the next transition effect. To make the new transition duration fit, Premiere Pro automatically sets its start 2 frames earlier. Alright, and you can see there's some effect up here. In this example, the Effect Controls panel playhead is centered on the cut. And you can see the way the effect timing has been adjusted automatically. In the timeline panel, play through the transition to see the change. So let's go right here. Alright. Now let's customize the transition. In the Effects Controls panel timeline, hover the pointer over the middle part of the vertical black line that crosses all 3 layers. The line is the edit point between the clips. If your pointer is correctly positioned, it will change to the red rolling edit like icon. This edit line is close to the left edge of the effect, so you might want to zoom in on it to conveniently make adjustments. In the Effect Controls panel, the rolling edit pointer lets you reposition the timing of an edit between 2 clips by dragging the edit line. So it's talking about right here. Do you see how I've got these red things? So drag it left and right. As you do, you're changing the timing of the cut. The out point of the clip on the left of the edit and the end point of the clip on the right update in the timeline panel when you release the drag. This is a form of trimming, and we'll explore that more in Lesson 8. Move the pointer over the transition to the left or right of the edit line, and the pointer changes to the slide tool. The blue line is the time ruler playhead. So it's showing you right here all the different things. Alright. Use the slide tool to drag the transition rectangle left and right and compare the results. So just do that. This is a great time to guess what? Click File and then Save. And this will end this video.